The soul.
Just. Okay, so my first question is just, what is your full name?
My full name is Sarah Ann Leonard.
Alrighty, and what do you do?
I do color guard.
And then, what year are you in? What do you study?
I am a freshman and I am majoring in biology on the pre-dental track.
Awesome. What made you interested in that?
I had a lot of dental work done from a young age because my teeth were very messed up. And then I had braces all throughout middle school and I found the whole process very interesting.
When did you start participating in color guard?
I was introduced to it in middle school and my sister did color guard in high school, so I decided to do it in high school as well, 9th grade.
And then where did you start? Was it like with a school group or with some outside group?
It was with my school's marching band.
Awesome. And what made you decide to continue color guard in college?
I decided to continue color guard because it's a really good way to make friends even before school starts, and I really love the activity.
And then will you just tell me a little bit, I know you're joining a sorority, will you just like tell me what it's called, what it does, and why you're interested in it?
Yeah, the sorority is called Tau Beta Sigma. It's a service-based organization and music-based, so I'm involved in the marching band, which means I'm able to participate, and we do a bunch of service project and sisterhood activities.
Awesome. And then what exactly do you like personally do on color guard? Like, can you walk me through a practice or a game day?
Yes, so on game day, we typically get there early so we can run through it a couple times and practice. And then we go and do little mini performances with pet bands who go to different places to kind of get people hyped for the day. And then we file into the stadium and do our pregame show. And then we wait until halftime, and during that little space in between, we play music and we do palms in the stand. And then we do halftime, and then we go back and play music and do palms until it's the end.
So what is your favorite thing about color guard right now?
My favorite thing about color guard is the people. It's really nice to have a bunch of people who have similar interests to you and just love doing the same activity.
And do you see kind of any connection with your future and color guard? Like, do you want to do this forever, or is there anything like with your career that you think color guard would help you with, anything like that?
It definitely helps me with perseverance, especially because you don't always get things right away in color guard, and it makes you work really hard to achieve things. So that's really carried over into my school career as well. In the future, I think I might do an adult group, but nothing like full-time. I don't think dentistry and color guard have a lot of things in common.
Probably not, probably. So what's your least favorite part of color guard?
My least favorite part of color guard is the time commitment. It is a lot of time, especially because most Saturdays you aren't really free to do anything besides game day, so I have a lot of homework to catch up on Sundays, and Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. After classes, we have practices, and even sometimes Fridays. So I still like it despite the time commitment, or I wouldn't be doing it, but I still have a lot of work to catch up on.
Yeah. So does it really like cut into your time? Like, do you think, would you consider it like a major impediment, I guess? Like,
it's manageable, so it's not too bad. It's manageable. It's just takes a while to get used to, and teaches you like really specific time management skills.
So I know you were talking about winter guard. Are you gonna do winter guard? How would that like be different from like color guard during the football season?
So Chapel Hill doesn't have like a winter guard specifically. Like the color guard doesn't automatically go into winter guard. If I wanted to do winter guard, I'd have to join kind of a private group or they're called independent groups. I'm not sure I will have time to do that. I got an offer from one, but I would have to drive back every Friday and Saturday, which I don't think would work for me. So I think I'll just stick to color guard for now and see.
How has college color guard been different from your high school life?
Surprisingly, high school is a much bigger time commitment, the high school guard, and you spend all your time on learning one show, one halftime show, that's it. College, we've learned pregame, on 2 different shows now, just in the month that we've been here. So it's very different and very fast paced, but a little less of a time commitment.
So you learn a new show every single time?
Not every single time. We are going to do one kind of longer show for, I think, 3 weeks, but last week's show is going to be different from this week's show.
How do you think COVID has kind of impacted GARD, or do you think it has like changed how you participate in GARD or anything like that?
Yeah, I lost my senior year in high school. I wasn't able to do color guard. We weren't able to have a season. And this year we are required to be masked. So it's a bit difficult, especially because you're working up a sweat, like heavy breathing. You have to catch your breath a lot. But other than that, I'm just grateful that we get to go back.
So you talked about considering doing this long term. What do like professional guards like do if it's not with a college or with another group?
So independent guards go to the same competitions that high school guards go to. They're just in different class, and they are really good. Like, I really admire them. They're so cool, and they just do the same show in different competitions and try to win. So it's very similar to high school. They're just really, really good.
And what role would you say like your family played in GARD? Like, did they participate in any bit, or were they anything like that?
They volunteered a lot, especially when we held our own winter guard competition at my high school. My mom was in charge of concessions, and my dad would build props during color guard season, and they would drive me everywhere, freshman and sophomore year. So I was really glad for them.
That's awesome. And you said your sister participated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did she inspire you, or were you interested for some other reason initially?
So when she did it, she only did flag and dance, whereas my color guard does flag, rifle, and saber. She taught me how to do just a few things when I was in middle school to try and spark my interest, but it was mainly one of my friends named Sarah who was like, try color guard with me, and because I knew what my sister had done, that made me want to do it in high school as well.
Awesome. Can you kind of explain like what the different things are, like what flag, rifle, saber, those kinds of things would be exactly?
Yes, so you can do tosses on all of them. Tosses are kind of what get you points, as well as good technique. Flag is a lot of flowing movements. There are different types of flags. So there's a 6-foot flag, there's a swing flag, and those are used in like main moments. Everyone's on flag, basically. Rifle is for a smaller group of people. You don't have to do rifle to be in color guard. It's much more difficult, and you mainly do tosses with rifle. With saber, it's the most difficult one. I like it the best, and it comes easier to me than rifle does. And you can do higher tosses because it's less weight. But you just spin all of them and try to get as many points as you can by doing difficult work.
Awesome. And were there any other questions that you thought I might ask you that I didn't ask you, or anything else you think would be good for me to know about color guard?
It's fun.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I hope he doesn't come over here.
It doesn't look like one of the ones that stings.
No, it's probably like a wood bee or something. So what does a practice look like on color guard?
So we have practices on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes on Fridays if we have a game that weekend. We normally go and we start to warm up with our sections, and we're with the rest of the marching band as well. And then we do drill, which is where we stand and where we move to on the field, and then we put the drill with the work or with the music if you're in marching band, and then we just run it until we get it clean.
That's good. And did you get a scholarship for color guard?
I did not get a scholarship for color guard.
Do they give color?
They do, but I did not apply because I wasn't able to go to any color guard things my senior year. Mm-hmm. So they weren't really offering anything my senior year.
How does that even, like, how do you get recruited to a college color guard from high school?
You get scholarship money. One of my friends, Jessie, an upperclassman, when I was a sophomore, she was a senior, she got a color guard scholarship to Western Carolina, who has a really good guard, or like there are schools with professional guards, but mainly you just kind of like apply.
Okay. Do you have to like audition, or do you just kind of like send in?
It's auditioning and kind of, I think you write an essay. I'm not really sure since I didn't go through the process myself.
So then, how did you become part of the like color guard at Chapel Hill?
I went to all the interest meetings, so they gave you a lot of information, and then we kind of just showed up and they taught you a few things and you performed it, and everyone who wanted to be on it got accepted.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
That way. Yeah, just walk off. No kidding. Yeah, you can do that if you like.
I'll just walk.
No, too much.